Although the Fazbear Frights seem like different stories, they almost always have something in common, and it is an intriguing character, which we will talk about in this video, Eleanor. Before starting, it is worth clarifying that these are theories and most have not been confirmed. Without further ado, let's get started. In the Fazbear Fright Into the Pit, more specifically in the novel To Be Beautiful, is where we are introduced to Eleanor for the first time, and it describes her like this. It had wide, green, long lashed eyes, pink Cupid's bow lips, and pink circles on its cheeks. Its face was painted like a clown's, but a pretty clown. Its red hair was pulled up into twin pigtails on top of its head, and its body was sleek and silver, with a long neck, a tiny waist, and a rounded bust and hips. Its legs and arms were long, slender, and elegant. Although we know that the Eleanor models that we usually use are not canonical, this description tells us that it is something different from how we represent her. For example, we usually represent her with red cheeks like circus babies, but it says that are pink. Also, we usually represent her with bright red clothes, and in the description it is mentioned that she has a silver body. So, according to this description, the most accurate model is the one from the graphic novel. To Be Beautiful is the second novel by the first Fazbear Fright, which is about a girl named Sarah who wanted to be beautiful since she described herself as having a pear shape and a potato nose. She wanted to hang out with the popular girls, but they simply ignored her. One day Sarah was passing by a landfill, and she saw a hand outside of a rusty car. She took it out and it was an animatronic. When she turned it on, the animatronic told her that it could grant her a wish, so Sarah wished to be beautiful. Eleanor gave her a heart-shaped necklace and told her to never take it off. As the days went by, she became more beautiful, becoming popular at school, but one day at lunchtime, Sarah was going to put her leftover food in the trash, but she tripped and dropped her necklace, so it began to be revealed that her entire body was made of scrap metal, and as more time passed it fell apart more. She quickly returned to her house to look for Eleanor. She opened a closet in the garage and bags with parts of her body fell out. Eleanor appeared and pressed a heart-shaped button on her neck, transforming into Sarah's old form. Eleanor left through the garage door and Sarah simply stopped feeling. In the novel it is mentioned that Sarah found Eleanor in the landfill, so possibly it had just been thrown away and Sarah turned her on, so it may be that this is how it all started. And that Sarah was her first victim, triggering more than 30 deaths of the missing teenagers. Being even more than William's murders, the most accepted theory is that Henry, upon learning that his daughter Charlie died, made very realistic animatronics of Charlie with different phases of growth. But when he made the adult phase, he abandoned her or he threw it away, filling itself with agony. Agony is a powerful emotion. Its power can make inanimate objects come to life, like William when he discovered that crying child's toys were infected with agony, making him more interested in studying it. In this case, Eleanor, being infected with agony, was able to come to life, and as time went by, collecting more agony. There is a theory that Eleanor absorbed Shadow Bonnie in To Be Beautiful. It is also mentioned that Eleanor with a heart-shaped button on her neck transformed into the Sarah's old appearance, most likely due to the high amount of agony she has, or perhaps, because the heart-shaped necklace that she gave to Sarah was made of remnant. She fused the power of agony and the remnant. In the Epilogue 7, it is mentioned that when William was in the Amalgam, Eleanor tried to fuse with William, while Jake prevented her from fusing, but Eleanor made Jake lose strength, allowing to fuse, creating an amalgam very powerful, full of agony. But the detective Larson put on the puppet mask, making Eleanor flee, causing the amalgam to be destroyed. In Epilogue 11 it is finally mentioned that Jake manages to defeat Eleanor by absorbing her, and left an empty shell. Eleanor's origin is still unknown, and the theories of her origin have not been confirmed, but I think I have a theory that can explain her origin. When the events of FNAF's sister location happened, we saw the Funtime animatronics, Circus Baby, Balloro, Funtime Freddy and Funtime Foxy. Later in FNAF 6, 2 Funtime animatronics appeared in the catalog, Funtime Chica and Music Man. Molten Freddy also has the mask of what is supposed to be Funtime Freddy, but they don't look very similar. and it confirms that they are not the same in Security Breach with Tangle, or better known as the Blob. Also the third novel of the first Fazbear Fright, Count the Ways, we are presented with a Funtime Freddy, but it does not seem to be the same as Sister Location. This can say that these animatronics could have been prototypes along with Eleanor, who could have been a prototype of Circus Baby, and perhaps these animatronics were in Circus Baby Pizza World. Then Eleanor could be discarded in the landfill and Sarah found it, starting the story of To Be Beautiful and everything else. Without a doubt, Eleanor is one of the biggest mysteries, since nothing has been confirmed yet and it has not appeared in any game. Well, I hope you liked the video. Now I will send the greetings of the month. Without further ado, goodbye.